In this video, we're testing the claim about a mean where sigma is unknown, and we're going to be using the p-value method. The formula to find the test statistic is this formula here, but since we're using a calculator, we're not going to use it. But if you want to use it, this is what you would use, and this is what each part means of the formula over here. So let's look at the first example. A simple random sample of 50 adults is obtained. Each person's red blood cell count is measured. The sample mean is 5.23 microliters, and the sample standard deviation is 0.54 microliters. We're going to be using a 0.01 significance level to test the claim that the sample is from a population with a mean less than 5.4 microliters. So we know that our significance level is 0.01, and we are testing the claim that the sample is from a population with a mean less than 5.4 microliters. So let's start off by writing out our hypothesis. So the null, and since we're dealing with a mean, we use mu, is going to be equal to 5.4. And the alternative, since it says less than in the claim, we use less than 5.4. And we also have an alpha value, a significance level of 0.01. We can go through and pick out some of the other stuff from the question. We see that we have an average or a sample mean. So our x bar is 5.23. And we have a sample standard deviation S of 0.54. We also have a sample size N of 50 adults. So that's all the information we have. So let's bring up our calculator and let it help us do the work for us. So here's our calculator. And we are going to go to Stat, Tests, and we want number 2, t-test. And since we have statistics and not just raw data, we're going to go over to Stat, hit Enter, and our mu naught is going to be from our hypothesis, so 5.4. So we're going to have 5.4. I forgot the point. 0.4. Then our x bar is 5.23. Our S is going to be 0.54. And our sample size N is 50. And we make sure that our alternative is going to be selected here, which is less than, and it's already selected, so we're good. Go down to calculate. It's going to think about it, and it's going to give us our test statistic and p-value. So our t-stat here, t is going to be negative 2.226, and our p-value is going to be 0.0153. 0.0153. And that's all we need for the calculator, so just get that out of the way. So now here we need to, since we're doing the p-value method, we need to compare our p-value to our alpha value. So p, 0.0153, is greater than 0.01. Not by much, but it doesn't matter. It definitely is greater than. So since p is greater than alpha, we can fail to reject the null. Now that we have failed to reject, we still have to state our claim or our answer in about a sentence or so. So zoom out a little bit so we can see everything, and type it in down here. So since we failed to reject, we don't have enough evidence to support the claim. So we can say that there is insufficient evidence to support the claim that the sample is from a population with a mean less than 5.4 microliters. liters. So the claim is stating that the sample is from a population with a mean less than 5.4, but since we can't reject the null, we don't have enough evidence to support that claim for this question.